Hello everyone, I'm Jesse Krull. Welcome to Tommy Media's The Locker Room. The St. Thomas football team completed spring practices earlier this month in preparation for the upcoming fall season. The Tommies open up their 2013 campaign when they host Wisconsin Eau Claire in September. I'm joined today by Coach Glenn Caruso, quarterback Matt O'Connell, and defensive lineman Riley Dombek. Thank you for joining us, Coach.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, talking about the spring practices, what kind of benefits does this bring to the coaching staff?
Well, it brings a lot to the staff, probably not nearly as much as I think it brings to the players, just to be there and to be around each other. If you look at how we win games, we probably win a lot more games with our attitude and our camaraderie, ridiculously tight team as we saw all fall long and for the last several years. So it helps build that bond right now. Sure, certainly logistically, you get a chance to get your eyes on some guys, particularly the skill spots, but on both sides of the ball. But more than that, it's just being together and getting the family again for another month. It feels pretty good.
Matt, last year you helped lead the team to the national title game in only your first year of starting. How does the team look after spring practice?
Like Coach alluded to, we were really excited to be back out after that championship game, being off the field for a few months. We really enjoyed the time with each other, especially not just playing football, but just being in the presence of each other on the field. And I think we had a really good and productive spring practice, and I'm very excited to see how summer workouts go as well.
Riley, the defense lost some key contributors from last year. How do you and the replacements plan to fill these voids left by those that left?
Well, it seems like every year we seem to lose All-American guys, and it seems like every year we go one step further than we did the year before, and I don't think this year's any different. We have a lot of young guys that are ready to step up, and spring ball is great because it allows us as seniors to kind of step into that leadership role and get some practice, and so when we come into the season, we'll be ready to be great leaders.
Coach, coming off a nationally second place finish in the national title game, what are the expectations coming into the fall?
Well, the expectations are always to be better. They've been that way since day one, and when we started the show 5 years ago, whatever it was. So at this point, getting better simply means to take it a step further, and I have no problem saying, we've said all along we want to win a national championship, and now we're in the logistical spot where we've seen what it takes. We've faced a tremendous Mount Union team, but I know between the mental toughness of the kids that we have, as well as the level-headed mental toughness of the kids that we have coming in, that, as Riley said, every year we lose guys. And last year the sky was falling when 92% of our offensive productivity, left to graduation. And we find new guys. They don't come out of anywhere. They come from spots of guys that have been working their butt off for 3 years. And so we'll take the next step if we're willing to put the work in as we have done so far.
And now it's time for this week's fan question. Coach, sophomore Hannah Kernard wants to know, the coach you faced in last year's title game recently retired. How much of impact will the departure of Mount Union coach Larry Karras have on the Division III football landscape?
Tough to tell, and I don't know if I'm the right guy to ask just because I've only faced him once. Certainly they beat us, and Larry Karras is everything you would want to be in a football coach. I mean, if you look at the epitome of a Division III football coach, I think he's it. To give you an example, Riley is going into his senior year. Matt's going into his junior. Riley's class is 39-3 in their first 3 years. That's a winning percentage of 92, 93%. Coach Karras was 93% for 27 years. He's coached more years than he has losses. So he's done it the right way. He built a program. It wasn't handed to him in phenomenal shape. He built it, and he's the standard. That's all there is to it. So how we're going to miss him, I'm sure we'll miss him in a lot of ways, but what I'm thankful for is I know that I will be a better coach and a better person for having had the opportunity of going up against him, even though he beat us. That's a thorn for us, but that's one that we'll embrace. And the coaching landscape is certainly different. Vince, great coach. His son will be taking over, so it'll stay in the family. And Larry will stay as the athletic director, which I'm sure will be helpful to the program. But he'll be missed for sure.
Definitely. I'm really excited. I think everybody's excited at the same time. I said this fall is coming up. Football season's starting to start, so good luck this season.
I appreciate it. Good to be back here in the locker room.
Thank you. If you have a question, tweet it to @TommyMedia. Be sure to check TommyMedia.com for the latest campus news. Thanks for tuning in. With Coach Glenn Caruso, Matt O'Connell, and Riley Dombek, I'm Jesse Krull. We'll see you next semester in The Locker Room.